Yep, we're back in, we're good. 6:21, yep.
All right, thank you. I'm going to ask for a motion to go out of regular order of business in order for Administrator Vosé to read his report, because his report covers many of the items that are in the consent resolutions, as well as the two advertised public hearings for final consideration of ordinances this evening. So may I have that motion, please?
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to go out of order for Borough Administrator Vosé to give his report.
My second?
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Oh, sorry.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
yes,
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Wonderful. Mr. Vosé?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Okay, as the mayor mentioned, I'll first talk about a few of the things on the agenda tonight. Resolution 167 is award of a contract to Burgess Associates for a necessary study and report to the borough in the amount of $7,700. The borough had previously awarded this work to Burgess Associates with Resolution 98, 2023, earlier this year. This resolution tonight provides additional clarity to the study and report being performed by Burgess and does not authorize additional work or funding. The clarity is that if this area meets the criteria to be designated as an area in need of redevelopment, it would be through a non-condemnation process. The prior resolution did not include that distinction. Resolution 168 on the agenda authorizes the borough to enter into a professional services agreement with KMB Design Group, LLC. The borough, as we've discussed and you know, has received a grant for electrical vehicle fast chargers to be located in the north central lot across from Borough Hall. We've been working with Green Island Resources to do the ultimate installing of the chargers, as well as guiding us through the process. We've worked with Rocket Electric on all the necessary approvals and upgrades needed on the utility side and the available funding from Rockland. Green Island has worked with KMB Design on other installations and recommended KMB to do the design and plans for the building department to review as we move forward. This resolution authorizes hiring KMB to prepare the construction documents and their engineering work through the project completion in an amount of $6,500. Resolution 169 talks about the restructuring of the borough's finance department. With Jackie Turner's retirement earlier this year and then her replacement resigning, CFO Bartolotta and I have discussed with the current full-time finance employees, of which there are 3, we previously had 4, restructuring of some titles and roles. We recommend those changes be adopted by the governing body as detailed in the resolution. In addition, we'll be looking to hire a part-time finance person in the range of 22 to 25 hours a week. We've also switched our payroll system to another vendor, which has streamlined some of that workflow. So CFO Bartolotta will be bringing over our payroll and benefits administrator for times here and there to help at the counter and alleviate some of the backlog if there is any in finance. With the changes and added responsibilities, we've made some commensurate salary changes as outlined in this resolution. The restructuring will not require any budget changes for the department. Ordinances for tonight. For introduction, Ordinance 9 will be introduced. Chief Lyman has designated new parking stalls for visitors in the headquarters lot. These spots will be closest to the front door to be used by the public. In conjunction with this change to the headquarters lot, he's requested and we are proposing changes in this ordinance which would repeal public parking in the spots directly in front of police headquarters property on School Street. These spots would now be designated for police business only, and the current 1-hour time limit will be eliminated. We have a couple of ordinances on for public hearing and vote on adoption. Ordinance 5, amending Chapter 10, Section 2 for hours of employment and establishing summer hours. The Borough Hall's hours of operation for the public had been 8:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday in 2021 and 2022, and continuing into this year. The Borough successfully implemented a change in the operating hours for the summer. Borough Hall opens at 8 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, starting a half hour earlier than normal. Borough Hall on Monday through Thursday extends the normal day and closes at 5 by a half hour later. And then on Friday closes early at 12 o'clock, providing the same 40 hours of open time to the public and service. This provides additional time, the 4 days a week, for the public to come in person or call Borough Hall by extending the workday both at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. This benefits those residents who may not be able to get here typically due to their own work or commuting schedule. This ordinance codifies those changes for the summer period this year and beyond. These would be in place from the last Monday in June through Labor Day weekend, essentially coinciding with the school calendar. Ordinance 8 of 2023 is on the agenda for public hearing and adoption. This is amending Section 2-23 of the Borough Code, modifying the number of sergeants in the Ramsey Police Table of Organizations. As discussed at the last meeting, with my comments, Chief Lyman's requested an addition of an A sergeant position, which requires an ordinance modifying the Borough Code for the Police Table of Organization. This position would be an administrative sergeant in the building on a weekday and daytime schedule, as they would supervise the traffic division and administrative work coordinated with vendors and oversight of these contracts. As traffic concerns are the most common citizen complaint the department receives, having direct supervision at the time most traffic situations seem to manifest will provide a benefit to the department and citizen response. The normal work week for the administrative sergeant would be 40 hours, made up of 4 10-hour weekday shifts each week, rotating weeks between Monday through Thursday and Tuesday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. We will also have an agreement with the PBA regarding the A sergeant being assigned to other duties at time covering patrol shifts, supervision, which would save us on recurring additional overtime. In summary, the addition of the A sergeant will enhance continuity of operations within the department, reduce overtime in certain circumstances, and establish direct supervision of the Traffic Bureau. We have some unfinished business on the agenda that I will comment on. Last year, we had tabled ordinance 13-2022, which would transfer the property at 13 North Central Avenue from the Borough of Ramsey to Ramsey Housing, Inc. Ramsey Housing, Inc., an independent entity, nonprofit, will be demolishing the current structure and constructing an independent living facility for the individuals with development disabilities. We had tabled this ordinance to allow Ramsey Housing, Inc. to develop further their plans, funding arrangements, and obtain the necessary approvals from the zoning board. The zoning board approval was obtained earlier this summer, so the transfer of the property may now occur. To move forward with this ordinance 13-2022, Borough Attorney Scandariato has recommended we list the ordinance under unfinished business as we have, and Mayor Dillon will ask for a motion at that time to remove ordinance 13-2022 from the table and instruct the borough clerk to advertise this ordinance for public hearing at the next meeting on September 13, 2023 at 7 p.m. Upon the motion passing, the borough clerk will then advertise the ordinance for public hearing, and it will be on the agenda for September 13th. In addition, Ramsey Housing has requested a contribution from the borough's Affordable Housing Trust Fund of $750,000 for a portion of the project development and construction costs. The Borough Affordable Housing Trust Fund is funded through mandated fees on construction projects in the borough. This fund does not utilize any borough funds raised from property taxes and has very specific guidelines on what the funds may be utilized for. The project proposed by Ramsey Housing fits squarely into the guidelines for utilization of the trust fund monies, and this project will help the borough in meeting its future needs in the next round of the state affordable housing requirements. I've provided the governing body with the memo from Chris Botta, Ramsey Housing Inc.'s president, requesting the funding. We are planning to include the resolution for the contribution on the September 13th agenda for governing body consideration. Mr. Botta, as mentioned, the president of Ramsey Housing, will be at the meeting on September 13th as well to address the project and any questions. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me get back to it. Where am I? Okay, at this point, we'll move on to advertise public hearing for final consideration
Make
of
a motion to
ordinances.
go back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have a motion to go out of the regular? No.
No,
Do we have a motion to return?
Make a motion to return to regular order, please.
And I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to advertise public hearing for final consideration of ordinances. And I have ordinance 05-2023.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is the final reading of ordinance 05-2023. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Chapter 10 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Section 10-2 entitled Hours of Employment, having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, cast final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey. And be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper of the borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Do we have a second?
Yes, I second, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Anyone on the dais have any comments, or in addition to Mr. Bozet's description?
No additional comments.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, I will open it up to public hearing. Is there anyone in the public that would like to comment on ordinance 05-2023? Not seeing anybody approach in the borough chambers and council chambers. Is there anyone on the line that would like to comment on ordinance 05-2023? Second call for comments on ordinance 05-2023. Third and final call for comments on ordinance 05-2023. Not hearing anyone for public comment, I will now close the public hearing on this. Roll call, please.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes?
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
yes,
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Move on to ordinance 08-2023.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Section 2-32 entitled Police Department in Chapter 2 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and more specifically subsection 2-32.2, thereof entitled Appointments, having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey, and be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in the official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Second?
Thank you. Anyone have any comments on this ordinance?
No, not beyond Mr. Bozet's detailed explanation.
Thank you. I will now open up the public hearing for ordinance 08-2023. Is there anyone in the public that would like to comment on ordinance 08-2023? Okay, not seeing anyone in council chambers. Is there anyone on the line that would like to comment on ordinance 08-2023? Second call for comments on ordinance 08-2023. Third and final call for comments on ordinance 08-2023. Not hearing anyone, I will close the public hearing on ordinance 08-2023. May we please have a roll call?
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes?
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
yes,
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. I hereby appoint Brian Kemp to the Ramsey Municipal Alliance. Consent resolutions.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Be it resolved that resolutions 163, 2023, through and including 171, 2023, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey, be and are hereby passed and approved. There are some special permit requests this evening. The Bicycle Touring Club of New Jersey is requesting permission to hold a Ramapo Rally Bike Ride on Sunday, August 20th, 2023, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. And the Ramsey Public Education Foundation is requesting permission to hold their annual Sprint for Our Schools 5K and Family Run on Saturday, May 11th, 2024, starting at 8:30 a.m. and the family run starts at 9:30 a.m. There are no block party requests this evening.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Do you have any comments on any of the consent resolutions? Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes?
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
yes,
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll move on to committee and liaison reports. Finance and Administration, Councilman Gutwetter.
Me again. Okay. Good evening. My report. The Library Board, information provided by Director Latham. The replacement of the HVAC system is in plans for the fall, and more information will follow about how the library will deal with that replacement. The children's room is also in plans for renovation and redesign of the space. Author Ann Napolitano visited recently to a full house at the library. There are new museum passes available to various local and New York City museums. Ramsey is one of the first BCCLS, that's Buckles Library, to offer a managed Wi-Fi service. A new laptop lending program is set to launch by the beginning of the school year, and the library received another donation from the Cass family, which will go towards some of the items that are mentioned above. And the Cooch Band will be playing on August 17th, the concert at the library at 7 p.m. I'm not exactly sure of the genre of their music, but if you go and attend, you'll find out. And the end of summer reading party for families is set for August 23rd at 2 p.m. As for the pool commission, I have a report here from Gary Bach, the pool director. There was a great night at the pool celebrating the town's first responders on July 21st. Pool director Bach would like to thank the pool commission, Officer Beeman, and Jake Englishman for the assistance with putting this event together. He would also like to thank pilot Joe Crone for the surprise helicopter landing. I know Mayor Dillon was in attendance for that landing, and she was pretty amazed by the sight of that. I arrived a little bit later and had to see it on video. It was a fantastic evening that residents of all ages enjoyed. Just wants to remind everybody that the luau is just a couple weeks away, Friday, August 25th. Limited spots available. Please register through your community pass account or stop by the pool's office if you need any help. The cost is $50 for members and $60 for non-members, and the party is from 7 to 11 p.m. featuring live music and food. And from the Rec Commission, soccer registration is ongoing for the fall, and the Ramsey Run is scheduled for Saturday, September 30th. Registration is available on the register at capturepoint.com/Ramsey Pool. This is the 45th annual Jack McKeon Ramsey Run. Registration is available till September 26th. The start and the end of the run is by the municipal pool on East Oak Street. The fee is $25 per race, for $35 for both races. And if you decide to join on the day of the race, it's $30. 10K begins at 8 a.m., and the 5K begins at 9:45. That'll be it for my report this evening.
Thank you. Public Safety, Councilman Kilman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, I'd like to congratulate Brian Kemp on his appointment to the Ramsey Municipal Alliance. I would also want to report there will be no VFW report, and the Board of Health has canceled their August meeting. They'll be meeting again in September. And now I just want to give a brief update on the engineering assessment as well as proposed design process for the new fire rescue building on South Island Avenue. Briefly, as a result of the ongoing wear and tear from the constant use of the approximately 70-year-old fire rescue building, resulting in various structural problems, the need for ongoing repairs, and the limitations to accommodate updated emergency services requirements, as well as meeting current ADA compliance standards. As Mr. Vose and I have stated in previous mayor and council meetings, we engaged Colliers Engineering and Design as an independent engineering firm to perform a review of current conditions. They're focused on its structure, ADA compliance, and the overall perspective of the current building to meet the needs of our borough's emergency services. In its 2022 report, Colliers provided a detailed analysis on its findings, conclusions, and recommendations, noting more than 50 areas of concern with the existing current 70-year-old building. As a result, the outside engineering experts, the Fire and Rescue Building Committee, the Borough Administration, and the Mayor and Council were all in agreement that the most cost-effective recommendation is to replace the existing structure and construct a new shared station house. The report in its entirety can be found in a project folder on the Ramsey Borough website. The folder is currently named Community Engineer Assessment of Fire/Rescue Building, but if you don't remember that name, simply type in folder in the search mechanism on our website, and it will come up. It's right at the top. We have created this special folder on the Borough website to house pertinent information about this project as it becomes finalized and approved by the Fire Rescue Building Committee, Borough Administration, and Mayor and Council. At this time, proposed designs for the new emergency complex are underway, and once developed, will be made public. And that is my report for this evening.
Thank you. Building, Planning, and Zoning, Councilwoman Woods.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think I will win the prize for the shortest report. Congratulations and many thanks to Brian Kemp on his appointment to the Ramsey Municipal Alliance. We appreciate his service. The Design Review Board meeting for July 25th was canceled because there were no applications, and the next meeting is scheduled for August 22nd. The Senior Trustees Board is excited because they're asking you to save the date. The Borough of Ramsey will host the Ramsey Senior Center and Community Center grand opening on Sunday, September 17th at noon until 2 p.m. Lunch will be served, so please plan to join us. The seniors are also planning to start weekend activities this fall, like movie matinees and television show and sports watch parties to combat loneliness. The next Senior Trustees meeting will be tomorrow, the 10th. The Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting for Wednesday was, for August 16th was canceled because the applications were not ready for this meeting, and the next meeting will be September 20th. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Want to pass it back?
Oh, sorry.
I will give the report for Councilwoman Cusick, Utilities, Buildings, and Grounds, in her absence. She says congratulations and thank you to Brian Kemp for serving on the Ramsey Municipal Alliance. The Planning Board met on July 18th in person. There were 3 waivers and no public hearing. The next meeting is August 15th, next Tuesday. Shade Tree Commission met on July 20th, and the next meeting is August 17th. Please note that there's information regarding the Shade Tree Commission on the Borough website. The Board of Public Works met on July 17th, and the next meeting is August 21st. The lead service line replacement planning continues. The Borough has entered into agreement with the firm for PFAS contamination preparedness. And she'd also like to say thank you to the team members, including the Ramsey Police Department, Office of Emergency Management, Board of Public Works, Department of Public Works, and Borough Hall for their support and management of the milling repaving of Main Street and Wyckoff Avenue. And that's it. Okay. Councilwoman Poppy.
Okay, first I would like to congratulate Brian Kemp on his appointment to the Ramsey Municipal Alliance. I had the pleasure of speaking with him about the Alliance's mission and some of the work that is done on that committee. It was very exciting to hear about him and his background. He's going to be a wonderful addition to the organization. The Ramsey Municipal Alliance did not meet on July 24th due to low attendance, but they will hold their meeting on August 28th at 7:30 p.m. in Borough Chambers. They will also participate in Ramsey Day, which will be on September 9th. And they have the Black Poster Project coming up on October 10th at Ramsey High School, which is a very powerful presentation on those we've lost to substance abuse. So I would encourage the mayor and council and anyone else in the community to really, prioritize saving the date for that event. I would also like to mention that, of course, the Chamber of Commerce will be at Ramsey Day on the 9th. This is a big event for them, so, come out and support our local businesses and stop by their tent. That concludes my report. I also have Glenn. Should I segue into it?
Yeah, for Councilman Popolo?
Councilman Popolo? Yes. Okay, so for Councilman Popolo, the Rife Barbecue Pool Party will be held on August 23rd from 5:30 until 8 p.m. 78 participants have already registered, and they anticipate about 150 plus people. The council members' families are invited to attend as well, and PepsiCo has donated 100 string bags for participants. For the Environmental Commission, they're meeting on August 8th for a follow-up on food waste recycling presentation. They plan to schedule a meeting with Borough Administrator Bose and Jen D. Pilato when the presentation is ready. For the Board of Education, Councilman Popolo attended the meeting on July 25th in the Ramsey High School cafeteria. Mainly budget approvals for teachers being hired for the 23-24 school year were presented. And that concludes Councilman Popolo's report.
Thank you. Okay, for my report, I'd like to thank Brian Kemp for stepping up to go with the Ramsey Municipal Alliance. I know he's going to be a wonderful addition, and he's truly excited about it. I don't know if everybody realizes it, but the Ramsey Municipal Pool was actually recently featured on CBS 2 News on one of those days when it was really, really hot, so that was very exciting. I'd like to thank Bergen County for milling and repaving Main Street and Wyckoff Avenue. We've received a lot of positive feedback on that, and a very special thanks to Borough Administrator Bose for getting the county to do it over the summer as opposed to during the school year. That was a big help. And also thanks to the Ramsey Police Department, Department of Public Works, Board of Public Works, OEM, and Borough Hall personnel for their assistance in making the milling and repaving go as smoothly as it could. I thought it went very well, very minimal inconvenience to people, so I'm glad that's over with now. As a reminder, the borough will be doing its annual milling and repaving of borough streets. Included in this year is going to be Island Avenue past Finch Park, because we're finally going to be able to move forward with that. And that is actually, we have grant money to pay for that. That will be done. And also Williams Drive on the other side of 17 will be done as well. Next month in September, we go back to our regular starting time of 7 p.m. for council meetings, so just remember that. We'll no longer be on the summer schedule. And regarding the first responders at the Ramsey Municipal Pool, that was really a wonderful event, and it was quite exciting when the helicopter landed. And the guy, when he came out, it was like the Pied Piper with all the kids running to the helicopter, once it was safe to do so. So that's it. That's all I have. Borough Administrator.
The only thing I would just add is, as Councilwoman Poppy pointed out, Ramsey Day is September 9th. We have already sent out things to the nonprofit organizations in the chamber, so we're getting those back, so plans are underway. We'll have a meeting later in August regarding the logistics, but just in general, the parade will be 10:30 a.m. from Maple Street up, and then basically the booths will open after that. Was set up prior to the 10:30 time, and the event will conclude by 6 p.m. But more information to follow.
Thank you. Borough Attorney.
Nothing, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Borough Clerk.
I have nothing, thank you.
Did I steal your thunder with the 7 p.m.?
No?
All right, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to introduction of ordinances. Ordinance 09-2023.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Introduction of Ordinance 09-2023. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending the code of the Borough of Ramsey, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and more specifically Section 7-12.1 of Chapter 7 entitled Traffic and Sections 8-2.2 and 8-3.2 of Chapter 8 entitled Municipal Parking Lots and On-Street Parking Areas. Pass the first reading by title, and that said ordinance be further considered for final passage and adoption at a regular meeting of the Mayor and Council to be held on the 13th of September, 2023, 7 p.m. prevailing time, or as soon after as the matter can be reached, at the municipal building in said borough, and be it further resolved that the borough clerk be and she hereby is instructed to publish in an official newspaper of the borough in the manner provided by law a copy of said ordinance, together with notice of introduction thereof and notice when the same will be considered for final passage and adoption.
I second it, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Any comments in addition to Mr. Vose's report?
Nope, that was very thorough, and I thank him for that.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilman Guttwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. For unfinished business, may I please have a motion to take ordinance 13-2022 off the table and instruct the borough clerk to advertise ordinance 13-2022 for a public hearing on September 13th, 2023 at 7 PM.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion to table ordinance 13-2022 at this time.
Take it off the table.
To take it off the table.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Okay, anybody have any comments in addition to what Mr. Vosay said regarding the special needs housing? Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Gottwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Do we have any new business? Okay, not seeing any or hearing any. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion to adjourn this evening.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you.
6:51.